Um, so two really cool things happened. Um, I was driving around yesterday, basically, handing out my resume, looking for a job. And one of the places I went to, I handed them my resume, and they were like, "You're here to apply?" And I was like, "Yeah." And they were like, "What the fuck? Like, nobody comes in anymore. Like, what the fuck?" And place is called App Vault. I thought they developed applications. I thought they developed mobile applications and web applications. What they actually do is it's like application to a job is what app in their context stands for. So they know all the statistics. They know what the job search is like. They know how grueling of a process it is because they speak to people searching for jobs all the time. And so when I walked in there, basically I think that had some extra meaning behind it. I sat down with the COO, and then I was leaving to go to my car, and I was out in the parking lot. I'd just taken the elevator down and walked outside, and then the CEO, he calls me back, and he's like, "Hey, come have a quick chat with our CEO." And I was like, "Okay." So I go back up, I talk to him, and basically he offers me a job on the spot almost, right? He's like, "Come in next week sometime, just to see how the office functions and operates, and then we can see where you fit in the company." And I was so excited that I like stumbled through the interview questions, and they were bad, and I don't know, I probably didn't do the best, but they didn't really care because I think the act of walking in there and that just meant a lot to them. Because that's their whole thing is about how to improve the hiring process, right? And I think I've done a lot of that work on my own. It's like, okay, I need to approach this from the opposite end. I'm a sales funnel. Here's how I can, like, first I need to attract the lead in a way that impresses them, right? And that's what worked there, right? Is walk in person. Don't apply online like a little bitch. Are you a little bitch? Go fucking walk up there and say hi. Here I am. Then hand them a resume that shows you're competent, right? That's the step 2 of the funnel. Here's my competence. Awesome. Here's a handshake and a smile. I don't know. I can try to be a positive person. I could do this every day. I could show up, drink coffee, and have fun with you and say, "Oh, cool, interesting idea. I believe this." Cool. So then you have a conversation. You talk about your experience, right? You communicate to them your value, right? I was having trouble with that part because I felt like people didn't understand a lot of my experience. So I built a portfolio website so that they better understood my experience. So now there's an eager kid standing in your office who's clearly communicated his value and who, is, you believe, competent. You don't know for sure, but you think. And what are you going to do now? You're going to say, "Fuck you, goodbye." I mean, some people do. A lot of people do. But it just felt so good to have someone validate that work I'd been doing. And I've only been doing it for a couple days. And honestly, I'm going to use today and tomorrow to walk around and continue to do the same thing. Because right now it's my dream to work for an entertainment company. I want to work at Adult Swim. That really honestly is my stretch goal right now. I'm going to go drive over there. I have to take Paisley out, but after that, I'm going to go drive over there and hand my resume. There's people who work there that I have mutual connections with, that I was supposed to get coffee with, but these people are flaky. They think that you're just some piece of shit Joe Schmo nephew of someone important, and they're going to nepotism their way into a position. And it's like, you know what? I'll walk in. I will meet you in person. I'm better than that. I don't want to be nepotismed in. I want to earn my place. And I think one of the best ways is to walk in, say hi. Here I am. Can I talk to you and show you my value for 2 minutes? Can I have 2 minutes of your time? So that's literally my plan. I'm going to go walk into Adult Swim, Cartoon Network, and TBS. I walked into NBC yesterday. That was awesome. That was cool. talked for 2 minutes to the guy, to the manager of their offices. He basically told me to go away. But it was better than not hearing anything back at all. I don't know. I know I'm sorry I sound braggy, but I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Like, they'll at least pay me a salary. I don't know if it's a high salary, but once I get in the door, so I was thinking about that. It's like, okay, he wants to know where I would fit into the company so that he doesn't feel like he's doing me a disservice, right? He doesn't want to hold me back, basically is what he told me. And it's like, okay, I think what I'm going to show up and tell him when they give me this test run, it's like, who pays your company the most money? Describe the archetypical person that you make the most money off of. What problem are you solving for them? What problems do they have? Where are they located? How much money do they make? And how much money do they pay you on average? How do you contact that person right now? And what is that process like? What do you say in meetings to get that person to get excited? Why do they go with you versus someone else? Then I think I'm going to say, great, let me contact scores of those people, targeted, maybe here, maybe around the country, wherever you want me to. I will target them on social media using effective ads so that they understand, number one, who you are, so that number two, if you go and reach out to them, then they hopefully have an understanding of what your company already does. Or we could convert sales right there, right? I could make stuff that's hopefully geared towards converting sales right there. Cool. Suddenly, I think these people work with really big clients that do multi-million dollar deals. I think they're working with Coca-Cola right now, and I think that deal is worth a couple $1 million. Cool. If I can get a deal in the door that's worth even just one deal that's worth $1 million, I don't think they're going to pay me 30 grand. Like, I really don't. I think that if some kid made me $1 million, I really think I would have a really hard time living with myself if I paid him pennies. You know, and I would love that. I would love going and I would love that so much. I would love that so much. I could make videos, I could make photos, I could design, I don't know, tons and tons of shit and just try and basically make a little media station out of that place. You know, make a radio show, make a podcast with everyone from the office. Sit down one-on-one. How'd you get here? Do you like it? What is the function of your, like, what exactly do you do? What is your long-term plan? Do you want to retire here? Or are you working towards another thing, you know? I would love to do that. I will literally make a video series based on Tom's experience. You know, he's an entrepreneur himself. He comes from Ireland, and like he's got tons of experience, I imagine. And I need to show them that, and I need to communicate that. So, who makes you the most money? Let me talk to them on social platforms. Maybe they use LinkedIn. Maybe they don't. Maybe they use fucking email. You know, whatever. Maybe they Google things a lot. I will make Google ads. I'll make display ads. They use the internet. And I can if they use the internet, I can probably find them and put your company in front of them so that they understand who you are. That is a skill that I have. And the reason why I have that skill is because I made shit for a long time that was viewed by no one, and it pissed me off. And then I figured out a way to get my shit viewed by someone who actually gives a fuck. And I really believe that's a skill I have. Also in that wheelhouse, tonight, I'm taking photography of a famous comedian who was on the show Martin. Apparently he played like the brother on Martin or something, and that is through Connor's uncle. He basically took a look at the marketing plan I made. Well, he didn't really take a look at it. I kind of gave him the condensed version verbally over a FaceTime call last night at 10 p.m. You know, he said, look, I'm sorry, I've been going through so much shit, which I knew he was going through a lot of shit, but I also felt like I was overeager, which I communicated yesterday. And I still think I was a little overeager, but I think that I would rather be overeager and aggressively chasing a life and a job that I want than to sit and let the world go on without, and just fucking eat the shit that gets shoveled my way, you know? I would rather be too peppy and make mistakes and then correct those mistakes and keep going and going forward than eating the feces of dogma of, hey, we need this done. We know, like, nobody really wants to do it, and, like, we're going to make you do it, and it's grueling. I'd rather actively be on the other end of, let me do that. Let me do that. It looks grueling, but you know what? I think here's 3 ways that I think I can get it done that, like, might be better. You know, maybe I'll break it up. Maybe I'll send it. Maybe I'll delegate. Okay, maybe I will work on it every day for 20 minutes, and then we'll break it up that way. If it's going to take 8 hours, then okay, it's going to get done in 2 weeks. Is that okay? Or maybe I can, you know what? Cool. Let me zone out. Let me put some headphones in. I'll nail this today. Could you buy me lunch tomorrow? And I will, I'll work towards a steak, man. I don't know. Like, I'm excited. I'm just excited. I see a path forward, and that's so exciting to me. I'm seeing money. I'm seeing paying off my loans. And it's just exciting as fuck. And I don't know. Okay.